Hello and welcome. I am das Camperschaf and this is Rock Galactic. It's a up to 4-player co-op PvE game. Welcome to the wonderful lobby. Overall, let's start with the features. We have a total of 4 classes. The Gunner. He is pretty much biggest guns and his main point is DPS, killing enemies and all this thing. Then we have the Scout. His main objective is, well, the scouting, so that he has a grappling hook to zip around, and a flare gun that brightens up even the biggest caves. We have the Driller. Obvious. And we have an Engineer, a support class with the ability to create platforms and place down little sentry guns. Or a big sentry gun. Each of the classes has unique weapons. There is nothing that gets used twice. It's not like everyone starts with an assault rifle or shotgun or anything. Like at the beginning you only have the first gun unlocked, so for example the gunner has a trusty minigun and a heavy revolver, and as you level them up you can unlock new guns here on the assignment board, where you get a license upgrade, you do a quest, you do 3 missions, and then you can buy the gun and use it. So I'm gonna show a little bit the game. Just so here we have the planet Hoxes with all sorts of different areas and biomes. So it's not like a normal sci-fi planet where the entire planet is one biome. We have the glacial strata, an Arctic place. We have standard cave with some crystals, standard caves with salt. We have 2 zones which have very tight biological growth in the dense biozone and the fungus box, so they are vastly different, and oh yeah, of course the hollow bow as well. The dense biozone is kinda timid, while the fungus box and hollow bow are quite lethal at times, but we'll see that later. The Azure Wield, no, totally forgot that there was so much wildlife underground. So yeah, the Azure Wield is also like the dense biozone. Alive with plant life and such, but not going to kill you a lot. Then we have standard cave with radiation, sand caves, and magma. And this little pip here shows me that in this area the salt pits is my currently active mission for my assignment, so I'm just gonna do this. And there are plenty of different mission types as well. We have a mining expedition where the main objective is to collect morkite, a mineral, and the side objective is to collect fossils. Then we have an egg hunt where we have to collect alien eggs, and here the side mission is to collect holomite, also a mineral. But my current assignment mission is a salvage operation. I have to salvage 3 mules and collect 15 alpaca blooms. Then we have 2 variables in the missions. We have the mission length and the cave complexity. The mission length is basically how big our main objective is, like on the salvage mule, or rather here on the eggs, for example, I know it for sure. We have to collect 4 alien eggs on a level 1 mission length. We have to collect 6 on a level 2 mission length and 8 on level 3. So obviously the longer the mission is, the more you have to do. And the cave complexity, it's pretty much the same. On level 1 it's rather narrow or one huge cave with little obstructions in between, where a cave complexity 3 it can be it's quite crazy. Either it's a huge tunnel network where you can easily get lost, or a couple of huge caves where big obstructions everywhere. But we're about to see this. So I'm gonna start this as solo. We have different difficulties as well. There's level 1. Obviously the easiest ones. In challenging, dangerous, extreme, and lethal. Lethal is the hardest so far, and you also have to unlock it first. You can't go straight to hazard 5. You have to play a couple hazard 4, but dangerous is quite comfortable. Now I confirm the mission.
Drop pod is ready. Time to leave.
And we can hop onto the space digging machine, take our seat. And relax. Now, little detail that I like to point out is we have basically the mission objectives here in the game again. We see the cave complexity, cave length. We see the minerals that are in this area. The danger level we selected. The mission depth. We are 1000 meters under surface with our main objective and second objective, and yeah. These are the salt pits.
This is a salvage mission. A previous crew lost their mini-mules, their drop pod, and their lives in this cave. Find and repair the lost mules, get the drop pod operational, and return to base. Expect heavy infestation, and try not to mess it up like your former colleagues.
So the game features randomly procedural generated caves, so you shouldn't run into the same cave over and over again. And we have some different wildlife here. These are loot bugs, who can be killed and burst into gold and nitra. Gold is the main currency, which we use to buy stuff and everything, while nitra is used to hold in resupply pods to get back ammo during the mission. Also, everything here can be destroyed. We can destroy the basic terrain and these salt crystals. Some weapons, like the grenade launcher and rocket launcher, can destroy the terrain as well. Also in solo mode we have this little drone Bosco to support us. With the laser pointer we can send him out to dig with rockets when we unlock that upgrade. And here we have a special little mineral kind of thing.
Come here.
called an error cube. And here we have one of the apoca blooms, one of the flowers that we have to collect 15 of. And yeah, the flare guns are our main source of light when we don't have a scout around. Also, I could now use Bosco, just click anywhere where he does have nothing to mine, and he'll automatically start a big light bulb.
Help me mine this.
But for now, we have to keep digging. Back there, we see a Glyphid Warden. The Glyphid Warden is quite a special enemy who sends out like a laser connection to other
Light it up.
Glyphids and basically gives them damage reduction.
Go fetch.
So yeah, mining is a big part of this game, not only because we're dwarfs, but also the more gold you mine, the more you can buy, and it also gives experience. So even when you're like, oh, we have enough nitra, we have more than enough nitro, you don't need ammo, so mine it, deploy it. And this is an inner pearl, which is one of the special resources in the game, used for crafting, and that's a hoarder. Hoarder is yet another rare, unique character, like the loot bug, Backrat. It's just a very rare enemy that, when killed, drops a lot of different materials, gold, nitra. Oh, and this is a brute nexus. My. We're getting all the special stuff before we even saw the most common enemy. So these green glowy bits, are the mini mules that we have to find and repair. And here we have Bismore, another. Here we have Glyphid Grunts, Guardians, and Praetorians. The Grunts are the most basic enemies. The Guardians that I tamed with a skill of mine are basically the standard grunt, but a little bit tougher. Deals a little bit less damage, but he's much tougher, so in my experience they are the most worthy to tame. And the Praetorians are super tough, have special abilities at times.
Coordinates transferred. Gotta check my terrain scanner.
And yeah, sadly they cannot be tamed. Only the standard grunts. Oh, that's a grabber. And it's a very base, yeah, it's a basic game. It's basically a combination of Left 4 Dead and Minecraft. You play with friends or Bosco to kill swarms of enemies.
Well done. You're repaired.
Do your side objectives and mine a little bit. But there's a lot to do next to the mining. For example, this year
Right there.
Yes, a Prospector data deposit. It's rather new.
Bosco, come
It
here.
came with the Season
We're
1.
gonna need support from Hacksane.
Received. Hacking pod incoming. Stand
What's it
clear.
called? Yeah, first season pass. And the first big free expansion, I want to say. Which also
Hacking
brought
pod has
in
arrived. Establish a transmission
new
channel
enemies.
to the Prospector data deposit.
And there are all sorts of these mini events. Giving you more XP.
Support fire, please.
And things to do.
Clifford Warden is history.
And there is another special one. And more resources.
Right now.
About the resources, there are 5 or 6 different kinds. And basically 2 types, like the Inner Pearl and Jadis. They are hidden inside the walls, but you have these little bulbs, or in case of Jadis, little green glowing crystals on the wall that indicates that there's something in the wall. While all the others are like stalagmites or little big chunks sitting somewhere on the wall. Now with the data deposits, we called in hacking pod because we have to kill the warden.
Who's gonna protect you now, Praetorians? Come and get some.
And connected with these what's that called? Transmitter node. So we now have to form a connection because Bluetooth down here is terrible.
This is fun. Bosco.
Also for everyone who doesn't have many friends, you can also command Bosco to carry a node with you, so you can carry 2 at the same time. Be wary though, when Bosco is carrying something, he can't shoot.
We have connection. Hacking pod online.
Oh,
Begin the hacking when you're ready.
alright. So now we start hacking. Wait,
You're like a
Hexibot.
digital pickaxe, Hacksane.
And here we have him.
Team, it's
Hacker man.
hacking time. Protect the hacking drone.
And gonna press a heavily armored enemy. That's another thing.
Drone under attack. The drone can't hack as long as there's bugs beating it up. Do something.
Yeah, I just need a new... I can't. Right now. And restart the hacking drone.
Bot, get out of hiding. Get back to smashing that
So
evil.
there are different kinds of armor that the enemy
Is
has.
at it again.
Like you see the little dark green plating on the Illithids. That's some light armor
Let's
that can be easily shut up. It
The hacking
doesn't
drone is under attack. Keep it safe so it
does
can work.
much in the terms of damage reduction for them. Then there are like the...
Get those bastards off the hacking drone now, damn it!
Used up all my ammo.
We got bogeys on the hacking drone.
Restart hacking.
Then we have the Praetorians, who have a lot more armor. Same with the Guardians.
Rebooting hacking.
Their armor is tougher and they take much more beating. And then the Oppressor has solid armor that cannot be shut off, and basically with the Oppressor you can't hurt him from the front, you have to get him around and shoot on his green glowy bits.
Keep the hacking drone secure.
Also noticeable, all enemies
Interrupted. Get whatever is attacking
have
the drone
weak
off.
spots. For the most part they're more or less obvious. Green glowy bits are always a shoot at me. Also, you can also shoot on their muzzles, obviously, the weak fleshy bits. And with that, the hack is complete. We opened up the data vault and can now claim our reward. Which is this data
I
cube.
need a damn minecart on legs. Where is it?
So we're gonna call Molly in, but we don't have to carry it so far. Because not only can't you sprint when you carry something big, but you're also a little bit slower.
Boxes with
Data cell deposited. Management will be pleased.
So yes, that was a little event on the side, giving us XP and also some additional experience points for the current Season 1 Season Pass. Absolutely free to play, by the way. But let's focus back on everything else, basically, because that's what we do. We kill bugs and we mine minerals. Dwarf life in a nutshell.
coordinates downloaded to scanner.
So on tab and also on M we have this terrain scanner, Mark III, which allows us to see everything we scouted out so far, and we see a nice layout of the cave, and certain unique structures are shown as well. For example, that big green tube is a space pod, the drop pod. We see the legs around, laying around in certain spaces, and the data deposit. And there are a couple more points of interest that you can detect with the map. So, yeah. Where was that guy? Down there. Throw it over there and don't die. I want to collect the other legs before I go down there again. There, and just eat it. It'll be fine. Hope. So different classes have not only different weapons but also different traverse tools. As I pointed out before, the scout has a grappling hook, the driller has his drills, and as a gunner I can deploy these zip lines. Which enable the entire team some more vertical movement.
Mule is functional again. Great work.
What kind of fiendish technology makes Molly constantly get in the way?
That's called basic AI.
Shoot it!
Yeah, that's press or special attack, slamming down on the ground, hitting you up, stunning you. But when you know you have to hit it in the back, it's rather easy to take care of, unless of course there's a wave of other glyphids keeping you from its back. So always remember, teamwork makes the dream work. This stuff here,
Help me with the minerals here.
also this here. So normally you would have to kill the loot bugs, but I have a perk. It's a bug thing, which just makes the loot bugs explode when I'm getting close to them. I just like to use it for solo runs because why not? Saves me time and potentially ammo. In terms of ammo, yes, of course I could just have boss go kill them. But that too takes time. So why not just run up to them? Just leg, just this leg. Check where did the third one go? Over there. Oh yeah, when you're on the map, you can turn your camera to direct yourself at something. Like if I'm now at the pot, and I see over there is a... well, now it's gone. But I know over there in that direction is a mini mule, and I want to dig towards it because I maybe don't know where it is or don't see it myself, but I see it on the terrain scanner. I just can click spacebar and align myself that way. Most practical when you have a small tunnel that's blocked by dirt and you want to find the shortest way between point A and point B.
Operational. Well done.
Then you can just do that and dig straight ahead. Now the main mission is completed, and we could go to our main mule and press the big red button to get to the next phase. But first I want to collect the last 4 Poker Blooms, that our side objective is fulfilled as well. Thankfully the Poker Blooms are very bright colored, so they're easy to spot. Unlike other side objectives, such as fossils, who hide sometimes very much. A few days ago I was playing with friends and we were nearly giving up on the last fossil because, yeah, hard to see, hiding in hard to spot areas. And there we have another warden. downside of the minigun
Now kill the rest of them.
is it can overheat. Obviously, when it overheats, I can't shoot for a while.
Mine it.
I'm gonna send Bosco off to there, taking out the ender pearl and carrying it to me, while I look for the last alpaca bloom. So that's there an area where I haven't been yet? Not really. Back there, maybe. Just maybe.
Come here.
So, when he has something in his hands, you can just walk up to him and press E to pick it up, or you press X
Come here, you flying tin can.
and he throws it at you. Also, when he got an order like take that or make light there, you can also press X to call him back from that duty.
I just put up a sit.
Oh yeah, where is the last alpaca bloom?
Look there.
There it is. Sadly, you can't send him out to
Axis
collect them for you, but that's fine. At least we found it and can soon finish our task. Another thing worth mentioning is in the lower left you see two bars, a blue bar and a red bar, the blue being our shields and the red bar being our HP. The shield obviously regenerates with time, where our health doesn't, but we can replenish our health on these red sugars,
Mine it. Stay by my side,
and
Bosco.
we can send him to mine it and then they drop, and we only have to collect them then.
Secondary objective completed. Make it home to collect your bonus.
Real mules back in the day, keeping up the tradition.
The mules are heading
But when
back. Follow them
Ouch.
and let's get that drop
Yeah.
part fixed.
When we get hurt like
Remember,
this,
you can always deposit on the side of the drop pod.
It's heading for the drop pod.
search out some red glowing thing and just mine it. Careful, it's addictive.
I'm taking some of the ammo.
All mules secured. Now to get the pod working. First, establishing a proper connection between the pod and the space rig. Set up the uplink.
Also resupplies to give back some health. So when you're out of red sugar but have more than enough nitra, you can use that to heal yourself. So now comes phase 2 of this mission. After we repaired the mini mules, we have to ready up the drop pod again to get out of here.
Uplink ready. Triangulation initiated. Do not leave the triangulation zone or we will lose the connection. We only got one shot at this.
Run for cover!
Also, we got
Triangulation
grenades.
at 50%.
Again, every walker has different grenades. And just like weapons, you can choose different ones which have different effects. There's a cluster grenade that does obvious stuff. There is
Triangulation at 75%. Almost
an
there.
incendiary grenade that puts down fire. And makes the bugs burn, dealing fire damage over time. There's a cryo grenade that freezes enemies up, and when they're frozen they take much more damage from everything. The sticky grenade here.
Uplink triangulation completed. Remote control reestablished. Stand by, sending in fresh fuel cells for the drop pod.
Sticky grenade obviously sticks to what I throw it at, but it also has a little side effect, because there are more than just a few status effects that you can apply to the enemies. For example, the sticky grenade has a very high fear factor. So when you stick a bug with it, there's a good chance it gets a fear effect and starts running away from you, which could lead a smaller bug to run into its colleagues who are storming at you, or in case of a Praetorian or Oppressor for example, it could turn around and expose its vulnerable butt to you and your team. So now I could just connect it here and defend this area when we are done, but that I feel like I want to dig down. And there we're a grabber. The grabber does what it says. It grabs you, it carries you away like Smoker if you know Left 4 Dead. Nasty. So when you hear that high-pitched screeching, watch out. Before I forget it, I don't know if there's... don't know for sure if there's just an overhang. Okay, it should be fine, but still. When you have hold out the laser pointer and you press E, you can set up a waypoint that does not affect Bosco, and also stays permanently. So it really helps you when you want to dig to some point that you can see. You want to dig yourself towards a objective for a tunnel, and there, now it's down here, and let's search for the other point there and connect it.
Fuel cells connected to drop pod. Prepare the fuel cells for charge sequence. Fuel cells charging. Stay close to keep them operational. We're expecting an increase in hostiles.
And yeah, phase 3. Hold your ground.
Fuel cells at 50%.
Oh, I hear something big.
Make it go boom!
So yeah, with upgrades to Bosco, he gets rockets, and with the right upgrades, then he can freeze rockets.
Fuel cells at 75%. You're almost there.
I don't know if there are freeze rockets by standard right now, so meh. But they're a good way to deal with big guys quickly, also big groups.
Timber!
Fuel cells fully charged. Drop pod engine powering up. Hold your ground. We're almost ready to pull you and the goods out.
And now we're in the last phase. We can move freely again, we're not tied to a certain spot
Pod
again
reactors
anymore.
spooling up.
Just have to survive for another minute.
Watch out!
And there he got feared and turned around.
Let's clear them out!
Calculating orbital trajectory.
As you can kill enemies with your pickaxe. It's not for minerals only.
Powering radiation shielding. Ecom operational.
Die for me, please! Die! Seek cover!
Pod thrusters
Run
calibrated.
away, little buggy.
Drop pod powered up and ready to leave. It's time to bring it all home. Get on board, we're leaving with or without you.
So yeah, there's also a time limit on leaving because you're still a company, you need to make money, you're on a
Good
schedule.
work. We're pulling you back in.
That was one successful mission. Here we have a little victory screen with our statistics. Every dwarf shown with a little victory move. The statistics, how many we killed, how much we mined, how many we revived, how many often we got down. And a little summary of bonus XP and how much gold, minerals and XP we gained from this mission. And of course the mentioned season pass level. And the update on
Good
our
job. You're
assignment.
making good progress on your assignment.
Yep. So here we have a little shop for more cosmetic stuff. Skin colors, beard colors, armors, lots and lots of hats, eyebrows, mustaches, beards, sideburns. A little mineral trade terminal for when you lack one resource or have way too much of another and need credits, you can buy and sell them here. Here is a season terminal with the
Yoink!
pass and everything, the cosmetic tree where you can at certain intervals you get scripts and you get a couple scripts for collecting these data cubes from the data vaults, and then you can unlock special paint jobs and weapon skins and the pickaxe throw victory move and also resources. But after a successful mission, what you need is a good beer.
Bartender, I need a round of oily oafs, ice cold and foamy. Rock and stone to the bone!
Yes.
Oh, I needed that.
So yeah, that's all for Rock Galactic right now. Thank you all for watching and see you all next time. Goodbye.